What's going on, my comic book movie loving amigos and amigas? We're stealing a little book out of Sensitive Society's intro. Don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. But what's up, guys? It's your host, DetectiveShinx. We're here reviewing yet another fucking movie because it's my channel. I can talk about whatever I want. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be talking about Fantastic Four: First Steps, the first Fantastic Four movie to come out in 10 years. Fantastic came out approximately 10 years ago, and thank God it never got a sequel, because holy shit, that movie was fucking terrible. But that's a topic for another day. We're gonna be talking about First Steps today. I saw this back on the 26th of July, so it's been a hot minute since I've seen the movie, but I've been having a bunch of like technical difficulties with the mic. Had to get a new one, yada yada yada. So I haven't really been able to record this yet. Here I am, so I'm recording this now. But anyways, with that out of the way, we're gonna get into this. Before we get into it, quick spoiler warning, because I will be talking about some spoilers in the movie, if I can remember them. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, probably shouldn't watch this, because I will be talking about some spoilers here, because I do have some nitpicks that I do kind of want to talk about. But without further ado, let's get into the deets of the movie. And first off, I actually want to start off with the cons of the movie. I don't have too many complaints, but I also want to start off by saying this is definitely, in my opinion, the definitive Fantastic Four movie. But it's not perfect. I do want to say, I saw critics say this about the movie, is that a lot of people are saying that every time there's like a Marvel movie that comes out and it's good, people are saying that this is like amazing, it's the best superhero movie out there. I'm not gonna lie, I really like the movie, but I'm not gonna go out and say it's one of the best Marvel movies out there. I'd say it's probably a top 10, maybe a top 15, I'm not really sure. I'd have to think about that list. Right? But I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat it and say that this is the greatest movie ever, when it's a good movie, it's a great movie, don't get me wrong. I don't know, I feel like it's just too late in its timeline for it to be considered one of the greatest. Had this come out, like, back when Fantastic was a thing, this would have been a really fucking amazing movie. You kind of have to think of the simple fact that there is that Marvel fatigue, right? So that kind of, like, every time I see a Marvel movie now and it's good, I'm just, like, surprised, and I hate that, right? I don't know, man, post-Endgame's been really fucking weird for Marvel. But back to the cons. I think my main gripe with the movie is the plot. I'm not saying the plot is bad by any means, but for me, it's very predictable. And I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing per se, but like the plot just, it's so predictable to me. It's like the whole thing with Galactus, I'm like, we've seen this multiple times. Like, all you gotta do, it's like, the way they get rid of Galactus in this movie is the same way they get rid of Galactus in the fucking Fortnite live event. Let that sink in. I mean, it's not like they can really defeat Galactus, right? So it's like realistic to a point. But I'm like, we've seen this so much, I'm like, I predicted this would happen like halfway through the movie. I'm like, you know what? They're gonna end up throwing Galactus into either a portal or a rift of some sort, right? And that's exactly what they do. I'm like, not that it's inherently bad to the plot, just I'm so used to that plot point to where it's just like kind of disappointing, you know. I personally really fucking wanted Galactus to just fucking destroy the Earth. Maybe that's just me and I just like death destruction, maybe I'm just a weirdo, but like, I don't know, man, it's just I've seen that trope of Galactus being sucked into a portal or a rift or something so many times. Like, dude, even Lego Marvel superheroes, like, I know I'm using video games as like examples here, but that's like the best thing I can do. Those are like the closest things we have to good Fantastic Four content. But like, even Lego Marvel superheroes use that trope. But I think the plot, it isn't a con that ruins the movie. It's just a little nitpick that I had with the movie, and I'm sure there are other people out there that do agree with me on that. Another con, which again doesn't ruin the movie, but you can tell that there's a lot missing from this movie, and it's the way that it's edited. I saw a couple other people point this out as well, so I'm not the only one that noticed it, but there were so many scenes that were in the trailers that just weren't in the movie. And the thing is, these were fully shot scenes, right? Like, there's that scene in one of the trailers where they're walking into the fucking Baxter building and they're talking to some dude, right? That's not in the movie at all. And I'm pretty sure one of the scenes where they showed Galactus walking wasn't even in the movie neither. And like, they show the red ghost in the trailer, right? And he's not even in the movie. Like, they have that guy, I don't fucking remember his name right now. Future me can put his name in there, but like, he's not even in the fucking movie. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of this movie that was just cut, which is kind of sad. Or at least the director's cut, goddammit. But it's kind of sad because a lot of this movie, I feel like, was cut out. Like, where are some of these scenes that we saw in the trailer? Where the fuck is it, bruh? I need it. I need it. Like, this is the same thing with Superman, is I think they could have been slightly longer. I think like an extra 15, 20 minutes to the movie probably just would have been better. Like, now, me personally, I don't really give a shit about run times because, like, I love the Batman. I think that's a great movie. That's damn near I think that's over 3 hours long. Correct me if I'm wrong in that, future me. But I don't give a shit about runtime. I will watch a movie if it's good and I'm not bored. I'm gonna watch it all the way through. I mean, shit. The longer the runtime, and if it's a good movie, it usually feels like a short movie, right? So I don't mind. But I feel like both Superman and this Fantastic Four movie could have benefited from a little bit longer of a runtime. But with the cons out of the way, let's talk about the pros. So overall, the characters were fucking amazing. I'm gonna be real. From day one of Joseph Quinn being cast as Human Torch, I was a believer. I know a lot of people were like very iffy on that casting, and they're like, oh, he's probably not going to do that good of a job. I was a believer from day one. I've seen Joseph Quinn. I think he can act really well, and I was pleasantly happy being right. Because I even told my friends that before this movie came out, I'm like, I can tell you right now he's going to be good at that. I was fucking right. I was right. Joseph Quinn is the GOAT. Honestly, one of my favorite characters in the movie, up there with Sue, up there with Ben. Honestly, the entire family, Galactus, and Shalabal, were all really good characters. But I want to focus on Joseph Quinn here. Joseph Quinn's performance was really fucking good. Every moment where he's like using his powers. First of all, the powers, the CGI is great, by the way. But every time Joseph Quinn is on screen and he's just doing his normal Johnny shenanigans, being a hothead. But one of the main parts of the plot in the movie is he's given this message by Shalabal. Well, not given, but finds it, right? And throughout the movie, he's like slowly deciphering her language, and eventually figures out her language. Which, how the fuck did he do it? No idea. But he figures out her language and figures out what she did and figures out her background and uses it to their advantage. Pretty much essentially convincing Silver Surfer later on in the movie to betray Galactus and help them take him out by knocking Johnny out of the way and knocking Galactus into the portal with her as well. So, like, I think Johnny and Shalabal's arcs were pretty good in the movie. Like, those scenes were really good. Like, the scenes with Johnny and Shalabal were really good. Another one that I was pleasantly surprised with, that I was kind of doubting, is Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I'm going to admit, I'm very fucking tired of seeing Pedro Pascal and everything. No harm to him, it's just he's in everything, and I get kind of tired of seeing his face, I'm not gonna lie. But I was pleasantly surprised on his portrayal of Reed Richards. I think he was very, very good in the role, to my surprise. And he portrayed the smartness, the autistic kind of neurodivergent way that Reed Richards is. I don't think he's autistic, although I feel like he's quite often portrayed as that. But I don't think he is. I don't know. I haven't freaking read a Fantastic Four comic in years. Correct me on that. I don't know. But I think he portrayed Reed very well. Like, he's smart, but he also cares a lot, and he expresses that to Sue multiple times throughout the movie. Even though he thinks of plans that aren't the most ethical. But we're also be like, you know what, that's stupid. But I really like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. I'm very curious to see how they play out if they do the rivalry with Doom and Reed in Avengers Doomsday. I'm very, very curious to see how that plays out. Next up, I want to talk about The Thing. Eben Moss Bachrach. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Very good. Very good performance. I will say, we needed more of The Thing. Not enough Thing, bro. I need more rocks in my life. I need more orange rocks in my life. I don't know. There wasn't enough. There should have been more of The Thing. Because here's the thing. Exactly. But overall, I feel like he was very underutilized. It didn't really give him like a full arc like the other three had. But he was very good. I'm very curious to see if they do more with him later on. And The Thing will forever be the best Fantastic Four member. No ifs, ands, or buts. But yeah. On to Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. She knocked that shit out of the park. She was easily, I think, the best performance in the entire movie, up there with Shalabal and Galactus. Even though the other three had incredibly strong performances, I think the strongest was Vanessa Kirby. The monologue where she's talking to everybody like, yo, Galactus is not taking our son. Have you guys no empathy? Have you guys now reached the age of 32? Like iDubbbz. Do you have no empathy? When she's pretty much doing that whole fucking monologue, it's not exactly what she said, but that's kind of the gist of it. So her performance was pretty good. She definitely played that motherly, sisterly role very well. Put Reed in his place multiple times, which great. That's why she's there. Like she's the true lead. Like in my opinion, she's the true leader of the Fantastic Four. Without Sue, there's no four, right? Because she's the one that holds them together. And I'm all here for that. Plus, it's Vanessa Kirby. Like, come on. Speaking of baddies, Silver Surfer, Shala Ball, played by Julia Garner. This was, I think, one of the best decisions they've made, not using Norrin Rad. As much as I like Norrin Rad's Silver Surfer, giving Shala Ball some time to shine, I think was a very good decision. And honestly, she's very intimidating. Like, her presence is known. And, like, whoever wrote that thing where she's coming to declare that Galactus is coming, whoever the fuck wrote, I herald your beginning. No. Yeah, no, it's I herald your beginning, right? It's I herald the beginning, I herald your end, I herald Galactus. Whoever the fuck wrote that, bars! Bars! Absolute bars! Whoever wrote that needs a fucking raise immediately. Like 10x raise. Holy shit, bars. But she looked really good. A lot of people I saw were bitching about how she looked in the trailers, which, I don't know, maybe she looked a little funky in the trailers, but I don't care because in the final product, whoo-wee, she looks amazing. Definitely would, though, definitely would. And lastly, Galactus. Very good performance. Ralph Ineson, fucking haunting voice, man. The mix of CGI and practical effects for Galactus was really fucking cool. The fact that the last 20 minutes of the movie became a literal fucking kaiju movie, that was pretty cool. I savored every fucking moment of that. And Sue pushing in fucking Galactus was so cliche but so cool at the same time. Like, I gotta respect the fuck out of it. Plus, baby Franklin Richards brought his mama back. Spoilers for the ending, by the way. Overall, fucking great movie. I love the characters in this movie so much. Oh, Mole Man too. Mole Man was in this movie and actually played a pretty important role, surprisingly. And that made me really happy to see him. He was pretty funny. I don't remember the guy's name that played him right now, but future me can put that correction on the screen. I think one last thing besides CGI. The cinematography, I think, was pretty good. The action, there's not a lot of action. It kind of more so focuses on the family and the team, and Galactus and Silver Surfer. And I think that really helps the story. I think the less action works for this movie. I don't really mind it when movies don't have that much action. I can live without it. And I think the main thing that makes this movie as good as it is the fact that it's not connected to the mainline MCU. It's on Earth 828, which reference to Jack Kirby, the legend, the GOAT. king of the comics. And the retro-futuristic 1960s world was so fucking cool. Like, dude, I want more of this world. Like, you know damn well this place is gonna get fucking destroyed after Doomsday. And it's saddening, because I want to see more of the fucking retro-futuristic 1960s. Like, I would like to see other Marvel heroes in this world, man. Like, could you imagine Spider-Man in this world? That'd be so fucking fitting. Especially if they utilize the same, like, imagine, right? Retro-futuristic 60s. The design from fucking, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Peak absolute cinema. You know? Absolute cinema. That'd be great. But, I mean, yeah. I think that's the big saving grace of this movie is the fact that it is not connected to the mainline MCU. It's its own self-contained story and its own self-contained world. And that's great. The world building that they did for this movie, incredible, astonishing. One might even say it's... But overall, I think the movie was amazingly super. And if I had to give this a rating, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. I know I gave Superman a 10 out of 10, but that was just DC bias. But, yeah, 9 out of 10 or 4.5 stars. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd too, which you can follow me on the Letterboxd. I'll link that down below in the description. I should probably use that more, I'm gonna be real. But, yeah, great movie. Watching it if you are interested in good Marvel movies that are coming out nowadays. This year's been really good for the comic book movies, and all I gotta say is the movie was fantastic. Don't you ever say that again.